of a sudden I got an alert that someone's live on YouTube, and then I realized it was me.
That's
hey,
like,
everybody!
Sending a text to yourself and then being like, "Oh, who's that?"
We've all done it. We've all been there. Don't be embarrassed. Hey, everybody. It is time for the latest Disney news update here on LPTV. Try to do these in the morning around 10 a.m. Pacific time, plus whenever news breaks, which has lately not been. Hey, back there. My name is Judy Mosley. I'm the co-founder of Laughing Place and the host of this show, along with my good buddy over. Would you say we're good buddies, Kyle? Are we that close?
I think so. I mean, we see each other maybe once every year, if that.
Okay, my good buddy Kyle Burbank over there, managing editor of Laughing Place. And today, we're going to have another guest on here. He's here to talk about something specific, but since he's here and available, we might as well bring him on for the whole show, get a new perspective on things. This is our friend Chris Rex. How you doing, Chris?
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Going very well. A little echo there. Hopefully that goes away. Sometimes it corrects itself.
Is that better?
I don't know. There's still an echo.
You know what's better is
if you want to put me backstage and talk a little bit.
just cut you right off. Oh, don't have to tell. That's what I did. I forgot to put in the LPT live. I'm a moron. It's like my first time. Like, why isn't this showing up on LPTV? All right, give me a second. Sorry about
this. Do we get do-overs on this? Can we just...
We get
what? The only one watching. We can just start fresh. It's fine.
Give me a second here.
All right, I will vamp in the meantime.
Embarrassing, goodness. Why isn't this showing up on LPTV? I'm pretty sure.
Speaking of LPTV, most times this will be streamed live there, and in between our break-ins, you can check out wait times, archive videos, plenty of other fun stuff. So just head over to laughingplace.com/TV, or you can find it in our YouTube channel if you go to our videos page, or youtube.com/laughingplace/live.
Very good. All right, so I've got that corrected. It should be popping up on LPTV at any time, so I'm going to stop stressing that right about now. All right, so Kyle, as always, we start each show with what's going on in the stock market. As I said, I'm going to stop stressing it. In the meantime, I just keep looking over there and dealing with it.
I need to know about the stock market, Doobie. It's more important. My money is at risk. Tell me what's happening.
All right, here we go. I'm done. I am minimizing this window. Que sera, sera. All right, so right now we've got the market as a whole. The S&P is up. It's essentially the same. When you're up less than 0.1%, you are flat.
Well, yeah, so, I was just gonna say, like, you brought this up. I opened mine, and mine is red, and yours is green. So I don't know what's actually happening at the moment.
0.0043% is flat. All right, give me a Disney prediction. We outperforming the market today?
I think Disney is down slightly.
But Disney is up 2.5%.
Wow, I don't know why. Oh, maybe because the new pricing went into effect yesterday.
Maybe. That is not a small amount. I think they heard DuckTales is now on the app, and so they're pretty excited. Hey, there we are. I said I was going to ignore it. I didn't. But yes, now we are on LPTV. So yeah, now 1.74%. But
it's 100. Here we come.
No. Red and green is Christmas themed stock. Very, very true. All right. Our top story today. You feel naked, you said?
I said also NyQuil colors.
Is it really?
It's a Lewis Black joke. He's anger. There's Disney relations.
Okay. I appreciate that you did bring it all back, because I was going to get kind of angry at you. Top news today just broke just before we went on the air. That typical 9 a.m. Disney dump. Disney good news dump. The good news comes at 9 a.m. The bad news comes at 5 p.m. So,
or sometimes good news comes on Sunday nights in the evening.
When it's really depends what team you're on in that case. Can you imagine being at Dodger Stadium about to go on stage to introduce Elton John and find out that you just lost your job?
I don't know if he got that close to it, because I mean, he's on the board, so I feel like he needed to vote in his own firing. But
I like to picture him backstage, just about to take a step on, when someone taps him on the shoulder and goes, "You're not allowed back here. This is for employees only."
Well, they're at Dodger Stadium, so they went, "You're out."
And then they beat him up in the parking lot. Anyway, over the line.
To be added.
Disneyland After Dark is back. That is some very exciting news. These are special events that take place after park hours. They have a theme, and they usually feature tons of characters and special entertainment. They cost extra money, obviously, but they're a ton of fun. And they are coming back in January. Disneyland is doing Sweethearts Nights, which is one they've done a few times before. And that's where you can see all the princess and princesses. Here, let me show you some nice video from that, minus audio.
Disneyland date night.
That happens at Sweethearts Night. Some of the entertainment. You get to see just tons of characters that you don't normally get to see, certainly not together. Lots of photo spots for you. It's a place to take your date. I mean, you could definitely imagine taking your wife there, right, Kyle?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think this is a fun one. It's definitely the most obvious theme. And something they can do in Southern California, because February, not the best weather time, but in California, perfectly fine.
Right. Plus, you're going to get dressed up anyway, so you're going to be warm. I think we've got Chris back. You back, Chris?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, this is better. This is better. So, would you like to take your lovely wife to a Disneyland After Dark Sweethearts Night?
I would love to do that. We're actually going to Magic Kingdom After Dark in January.
Oh, is it a special theme there, or is it just an After Dark?
No, it's just come to the park and have free ice cream and popcorn.
Free ice cream that you pay hundreds of dollars.
Exactly. But it's unlimited, so like you got to eat your money's worth.
Yeah.
I always teach my son there's a difference between free and included. And
right.
But the really exciting news is there is a new type of After Dark event coming to Disneyland, and I don't know who's covering this for Laughing Place, but I'm putting my name in now. It is Disneyland After Dark Princess Night. 2 nights only, March 7th and 9th. And forget about the men. This is about the ladies. Princess Night. Minnie, Daisy, obviously, is Daisy, Vanellope, Chantrese. All the line of Disney princesses are going to be there. Obviously, it's the first one, so we don't know exactly what's going to be a part of it, but this has me extremely excited. March 7th and 9th. All the other ones, the Sweethearts, take place starting on January 31st, and then 6 nights in February, and then 2 nights for the Princess Night. Which one of those would you rather go to, Kyle?
I guess the princess. I'll cut out the pirates.
That's long gone. Long gone. Do you know what's known? Does it include Anastasia and Leia? It should, don't you think?
I think that for this sort of a thing, they do bring out rarer characters. So I think they'll do some of that. And then, yeah, I think that they'll stretch the theme to include what the Disney company currently is. And yeah, I could totally see them doing that.
Sure. And then a Princess in Ice Age, right? One of those little gophers or something. So, these are
There's a queen in it, a Queen Latifah.
The Queen. The Queen. And she's also the equalizer, which is kind of cool. So these are, again, after park hours, but admission does start at 6, so you don't need a reservation, so you get a few regular park times as well. One of the princesses is Tiana. It says Tiana's Southern Hospitality, dance along to jazz music in New Orleans Square, photo backdrops, Beauty and the Beast, Princess Diaries. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Princess Night offers. I've heard and seen wonderful things about the Sweethearts Night, Princess Buttercup. Yes. So, Chris, since we've got you here, and I have not heard your opinion on this, are you looking forward? And we mentioned Tiana. Are you looking forward to Tiana's Bayou Adventure?
I am. Yeah. I mean, it's. I think it's time for a change. But also, I'm conflicted because part of me is like, oh yeah, it fits in great over in Disneyland, obviously, because it's New Orleans Square, like that's where the ride is. I'm just having a problem accepting the theming in Disney World because it's right in the middle of Frontierland.
Well, before your buddy Tony pops in with it, technically it is not currently in New Orleans Square, but it's right next to it. It'll probably become part of New Orleans Square.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and that's what we all know that it's just going to get absorbed into New Orleans Square.
I think they've basically said that in the parks blog, but yeah.
Yeah, so that was a good Tony impression, by the way.
I was doing an impression of Doobie's impression, really.
Right. Frontierland is a much tougher fit. And, it's funny. I went to an event for Tiana's Bayou Adventure last week out at Disney World. And they did talk about how guests have noticed that there are no mountains in New Orleans. And so they've worked around their theming for that, or their story for that is she has put her company in a salt dome, which is something that is found in New Orleans. But they did not at all address how it's going to fit into Frontierland, which is another thing many fans like Chris Rex has brought up. So curious how they're going to resolve that. I'm sure they will. They're not going to just put some New Orleans themed adventure in the middle of Frontierland without some sort of resolution. I don't think. I can't think of another attraction that sticks out in its land quite that much.
Yeah.
Nothing's coming to mind. So, all right.
Next, Louisiana Purchase.
That's not bad, though. I mean, you got to know your history, which I don't, so I'm assuming that makes sense.
I don't. It's got Louisiana in the name. That's all I got.
Somehow I don't think they're going to get rid of Splash Mountain and then theme something to a purchase. Moving right along.
Where's Rebecca when you need her?
I know. I think she's at Park Day today, so I'm getting away with all this. We shall see. Haven't gotten a text yet. To Fiti. This came out this morning. Walt Disney Imagineering put this on their gram. That's what the cool kids call it. This is to Fiti, 16 feet tall, although from this picture, she looks like she's larger than Spaceship Earth, but that might be angles.
Forced perspective.
Now I understand forced perspective. Can they do this with Pepper's Ghost too? And then I can finally understand that. So what do you guys think? I mean, I was not excited about this necessarily being in Epcot. It just doesn't, but seeing it now, this is beautiful. What do you guys think?
Chris, I'll let you take it first.
I was going to say, I think it's great. I think, I feel like it's going to be kind of like a little, like, not a garden, but it's going to be different for Epcot, and I think it will fit in nicely and blend in nicely, especially being over there by the seas, kind of not essentially meshing it with the seas, but obviously water and water, but also just to see the fountain features and like the things that you can do and everything like that. And I think this Te Fiti structure that they're going to have is going to blend everything really well,
What I think is going to be weird, though, they teased at D23 as part of that nebulous part where they just talked about, well, we were thinking maybe we could do something over here, and maybe it could be this. They talked about a Moana area, so it'll just be a little weird. I felt like after they talked about that, they kind of downplayed the Moana connections here. It's like, well, it's just inspired. It's all about water, but it's inspired by Moana. She's like a sponsor, and then it's like, well, but we have a 16-foot tall character from the movie and the thing. So I don't know how that's going to work out if they do pursue having a Moana presence elsewhere.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, is this like maybe saving money on trademarks or something? Because we've got the generic Journey of Water inspired by Moana. We've got the Adventureland Treehouse inspired by Swiss Family Robinson. Maybe
Scary
this is
Tower inspired by a 60s show.
Yeah, theme park inspired by the villains. This is the direction they're going, perhaps. Maybe that was a Chapek thing.
Yeah, it's like it's not a cover; it's an interpolation.
It's their way of not having to be completely accurate about everything.
Queen would like to point out that one time New Orleans was a part of the frontier. That's not good enough. We're going to need a better tie than that. And Gio says, is Zach Ridley gone? This tweet is normally something Zach Ridley would have put out in times past. I don't know if WDI now has their own Instagram.
WDI has their own Instagram. Zach really's been kind of quiet lately. I guess all the flooring is done. He's only allowed to look down. He's not allowed to look up. So,
since we're on their Instagram and we were talking about this, here's the latest art. This is not today, but this was the artwork they released last week for Tiana's Bayou adventure and the cute critters. They look cute to me. All right, next up on the agenda, we've got, let's see, is it time for Chris yet? Almost. We're going to go to some runtimes.
he's here.
Oh, I know, but he's here for a particular reason. And it's not time for the star yet. We're building up the anticipation.
What could it be?
I cannot remember Disney making a point, and I realize this is through Scott Gustin, but when something like this gets released through Scott Gustin, it came from Disney. This is Disney.
I don't think it's through him. I think he just. Well, they probably tipped him off. I'm sure it's on the website. It's just I gave him credit because I obviously didn't notice it on my own, and he did. Or
They put runtimes on websites.
Yeah,
on the website. Okay.
I don't know. Let me pull it up while you talk.
Okay. So anyway, Scott Gustin tweeted the runtimes for the 2 nighttime spectaculars coming as a part of Disney 100, World of Color 1 and Wondrous Journeys. World of Color 1 is, of course, the latest incarnation of World of Color DCA. Its runtime will be 24 minutes, which is right about Fantasmic's runtime. That's a pretty long show. It's like watching the Fantasmic bubble sequence, but for 24 minutes instead of 5. And then Wondrous Journeys, which is a projection show at Disneyland that will also include fireworks on certain nights, is 13 minutes. So really looking forward to both these shows. They look both quite spectacular in the concept art. More looking forward to the Wondrous Journey. Oops, you guys can't see that. Got to share the tab. More looking forward to Wondrous Journeys than World of Color, but I think this World of Color imagery is really exciting. Are you a big World of Color fan, Chris?
I'm a huge World of Color fan.
More than Tony?
No, not more than Tony. I don't think anybody is more than Tony. I'm really excited for all of this. And I'm excited to see something new. I'm also skeptical to see something new because I wasn't a huge fan of World of Color Celebrate. Is that what it was called? With Neil Patrick Harris and
I don't think a lot of people didn't like that one.
Right. But that runtime gives me a lot of hope that it's going to be packed with everything that we want to see. So yeah.
About, by the way, this all comes on January 27th, which is really the kickoff for Disney 100 celebration. We actually watched a commercial for that yesterday that someone got on their gram. Maybe we'll show that again later. That was interesting. They got us going down a rabbit hole of watching old Disney commercials, which was tons of fun as far as I was concerned. Do you have this is some concept art for Wondrous Journeys. Do you have a favorite Disney park commercial, Chris?
A favorite Disney park commercial?
Yeah, like Kyle's was
I'm too excited to sleep.
Excited to sleep.
Okay, so before my son was born, it was probably that one because that one's funny and it's silly and that's how everybody feels when they're going to Disney World or Disneyland, right? But now I watched it when my son was very little before he could walk, and it was the one where they were like, oh, we can't go to Disney World until she learns how to walk. And then they actually go and they're like, I'm glad we didn't wait until she could learn how to. And then she starts walking towards Mickey. I broke down when I watched that after my son was born. And I was just like, my heart.
So that's my favorite one for Doobie. Let's see.
I am not familiar with this one.
I think this is it. But now that you talk about it, I can totally see it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is it. This was originally, I'm going to show it. This is on the Mega Rock 64 YouTube channel, who clearly stole it from retrojunk.com because it's right there. But we like to give all credit. Thumbs down if you can't hear this. There should be audio.
From magical movies to unforgettable adventures, from the thrill of the theater.
I'm really getting the retro vibes.
You can always count on something new and exciting from Disney. And now, Walt Disney World celebrates its 25th anniversary.
Come on, Abby, you can do it.
Yep, this is it.
You'll never win. Sure she will. But Mom says we can't go to Disney World until you can walk. Not to pressure you, but I loved it when I was a kid, and now I want to take you guys.
Just try, okay?
Come celebrate all the magic of Disney World's 25th anniversary.
I'm really glad we decided not to wait till she learned how to walk.
It's time to remember the magic.
That's
Hey,
like
Chris.
classic Disney, right? Like Mickey Mouse, like seeing Mickey Mouse and everything. That gives you those like what Disney used to be, kind of, you know?
Oh man.
It's got like that 90s blocking too.
Yeah.
Outside of the...
Yep.
Even with the birthday castle, that one was amazing. Chris.
I like the birthday castle. I'm a birthday castle defender.
No,
See,
no Italian birthdays.
I'm with you, Kyle, because I never got to see the birthday castle in person, and I would see it in all the commercials, and it looked so cool. But everyone that I've talked to who was here for that was like, it was so bad.
I saw it in person. I guess I would have been like 10 years old. So
Okay.
I thought it was awesome at 10.
That was the first Cinderella castle that I saw, the birthday castle, and I'm glad I've been back because I mean,
Okay, is birthday castle worse than 50th anniversary castle though?
Oh yes.
Okay, all right.
Is it worse than Teepee Castle?
Oh,
I like 50th anniversary castle just fine.
I
I mean,
have my-
you got live views of the other resorts on that big oval screen there. Were you a Cinderella fan, Chris?
No, I wasn't there for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kyle is right. Run times right there on the website. 24 minutes. You can see it right there. Thank you, Kyle.
Yep.
Now I'm curious what the run times are for everything. Okay.
Now you got to
We
make a
brought
program
Chris
that
here.
imports that data.
I know. Lets you know when there's a change, something new comes up. You guys think making a program is just like saying, hey, give me a program that, but with all this AI stuff, it actually is right now. Oh, that's scary. Evil Queen loves that one. Gio wishes he could have seen the Kate Castle in person. I mean, if you can see the real castle too, the Kate Castle's fine. I feel so bad for people.
Can't you use a Genie Plus snap filter for that?
Yeah, I was gonna say you can use that. That's the closest you'll get.
It fit with the time. There was something of its era. But much worse than that, though. I remember when Stitch's Great Escape opened. Can you imagine your one day ever? You've saved up your $5,000. You've got one day at the Magic Kingdom, and the castle has graffiti and toilet paper on it. That should get you a refund at the very least.
And then you're like, well, I better check out the ride that they. Oh no.
Man, I can't wait to see the castle and go on Alien Encounter. Ooh.
So, Chris,
I wanted chili
Star
dogs
Wars.
for lunch, but now I'm not so sure.
That's disgusting. It smelled like chili dog.
Yeah.
Why is that a smell you want to figure out how to recreate? No, you would not have, Gio. It was, and then Elvis Stitch Stick singing out in front.
That one's not a snap filter, as far as I know.
It's even hard to find pictures of that. That got shoved down the memory hole. Someone got fired for coming up with that promotion.
Yeah.
I really hope somebody got fired for that blunder.
I imagine like Phil Holmes walking in. That's the well-known, long-time president of the Magic Kingdom walking in one day and going, I did not approve this. Who the heck approved this? This is not something we do here at the Magic. This is a guy who doesn't want Haunted Mansion Holiday there for fear people won't get to see the real Haunted Mansion.
Right.
He's not approving toilet paper castle. Wow. I'm going to show. We're going to move. We're segueing here. So, Chris, you want to tell us about Star Wars Jedi Survivor? I'm going to find a picture of toilet paper castle for people who've never seen it. But you want to tell us about it a little bit? Give a little introduction to what this game is, and then we're going to show the trailer in its entirety.
All right. So, Jedi Survivor is a sequel to Jedi Fallen Order, the hit video game that came out, I believe, 2 years ago. But it follows Cal Kestis, a survivor of Order 66. Takes place 5 years after the movie Revenge of the Sith. and you follow him and his adventures as he tries to basically reestablish his connection with the Force. Yeah,
Wow.
without spoiling anything.
A fantastic introduction. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. Let's watch the trailer together. Once again, there should be audio. Let me know if there's not.
The order is gone. I was betrayed by the one I trusted most. I will not be imprisoned again.
I hear you've been busy making yourself the Empire's most wanted.
A Jedi. Remind our friend here why his kind are supposed to be dead. Here we go. After all we've done, the Empire's only grown stronger. Thanks, Bode. Part of the job, Gustus. The Jedi is a threat. Not now that we have this. As long as we fight. Hope survives.
Looks cool until you remember you have to have skills in order to do those things.
That looks awesome. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, I was going to say, so this one actually, I did that whole introduction. I realized I didn't specify the difference. So this one actually takes place 9 years after Revenge of the Sith. So this being the sequel, Survivor. But interesting enough, it takes place during the same time as the Obi-Wan series on Disney Plus, which people are speculating that there may be some sort of connection to characters from that series. And I mean, as you could see, they use the likeness of the actors who are playing those or voicing those characters in the video game. So it'd be very easy to do a crossover with live action versus the video game and vice versa. So
I don't play video games, but that looked really exciting. Star Wars trailers almost invariably, they know how to build up the anticipation, get you excited, even if the actual thing ends up being bad. But the trailers are always awesome.
Yeah.
What's your favorite of the Star Wars video games?
This is probably my favorite because it's the most that's like actually been, I would say, the most accurate in terms of story and everything like that. You know, you really had to work to get those skills and, you know, to get those powers and everything. So it kept you wanting to play more and more. And then, like I said, the storyline is phenomenal in the first game. So I'm excited to see where we go with this next one.
Cool. And who is your favorite Star Wars universe character, Chris?
Oof. So I'm gonna probably have to say Poe.
Whoa.
Poe. Yeah, I know. Okay. Or Donald Glover's Lando. I like. Don't get me wrong. I love Billy D, but Donald Glover, I think he just seeing younger Lando was really cool, and seeing him bring that to life. But Poe, I like Poe's just recklessness, I guess, and just his like, I'm gonna do whatever I want. even if it gets me in trouble.
I don't know this answer for you, Kyle. Do you have a favorite Star Wars character?
I've probably told Mike I did, but I don't know what I said. Ewoks. Can I just say Ewoks in general?
You can, but you'd be wrong.
I mean, it changes, right? Like, depending on the mood that you're in. Like, I know that changes for me from day to day. When the new sequels came out, I was all about Finn, and I was like, yeah, Finn, he's gonna be the next Jedi, and like him and Rey are gonna kick butt in these next movies. And then the second movie came out, and I was like, okay, cool.
Is it ever Jar Jar?
No, it's never Jar Jar.
Changes. It doesn't change that much.
Who's yours, Doobie? Do you have a favorite Star Wars?
Not really. I love Star Wars. I'm much older than you guys. But I think you said it changes, new stuff. Andor. I loved Andor. Andor is my favorite Star Wars thing since the prequels. So maybe Andor himself.
Okay. I'll take
not
that
since
one.
the prequels. I'm sorry. Since the original trilogy. Not since the
Sure.
prequels. Prequel's not good. Or maybe young Anakin Skywalker. That Jake Lloyd pulled him off like nobody's business. Anyway, earlier I mentioned how you can hardly find a picture of TP Stitch, how they put it down the memory hole. So I went and searched for one and found it right there on DisneyWorld.com. The Disney Park blog actually did a post. So apparently
We
it's
talked
not
about it just a few days ago. It was the anniversary.
And there's Stitch. There's the toilet paper. They have not shown the graffiti here, so they have hidden that part of it. There was graffiti involved as well. Next on the agenda today, as we mentioned a little bit ago, DuckTales is coming to
required.
World Showcase. It is required. The DuckTales World Showcase Adventure along the lines of Kim Possible and Phineas and Ferb and who knows what's next. But DuckTales is the next one. It's coming by the end of the year, they have previously told us. And yesterday, I think the Play Disney app was updated to show that it's now on there. It's coming soon. Very exciting. Are you a big DuckTales fan, Chris? I'm guessing the answer is yes.
Oh, yeah. I loved the new series that they did. And at first I was like, nah, okay, this is just DuckTales, like, right, you know. But then they started getting into like storylines and like characters, and like I was like, oh, okay, I can get behind this.
It's kind of deep.
Plot. They gave it plot.
Yeah, is that something you need in DuckTales?
No, not necessarily, but it made it better. Now they would only make it a Darkwing Duck show. No.
Play it at home. So, how about Gargoyles? Were you a fan of that? Too young?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I loved all the Disney afternoon shows, and I wish they would bring Gargoyles back too, because I think that would be great. A great remake.
You are a classic '90s Disney guy.
Yes, I am.
By the way, does that happen to be a Roosevelt shirt to make Doobie jealous, or
is it?
It is a Roosevelt shirt. It is. It's not to make Doobie jealous, but
it just happens. That's a side
yeah.
effect.
It's Eagles riding fireworks.
Roosevelt, if you're out there, look at me wearing some generic polo. Send me a shirt. Hashtag influencer. All right. Universal Studios. Chris, have you ever been there?
Once or twice.
Are you familiar with this escape room that's opening today?
I am familiar with this escape room. I may or may not have auditioned for something along the lines of this. Anyway, that I didn't get. I'm not bitter. It's fine. No, but yes, I am familiar with this. It does look really awesome. It's super exciting to see Back to the Future being brought back into the parks. I mean, I know we have Doc Brown meet and greet, but that's it in terms of Back to the Future. So it's exciting to see that. And then Jurassic World, I'm just excited. Dinosaurs. They're cool.
So this is Universal's Great Movie Escape Room. It's in City Walk. It's not actually inside the park, so you don't need park admission to visit. And there's two different experiences, one to Jurassic World and the other to Back to the Future. Attractions Magazine, I actually read the review this morning. They did they got to experience a preview yesterday, and they're big escape room fans, so they compared it to regular, and they said it's very different. It's not your typical escape room. So if you're a major escape room aficionado, this may not be what you're looking for. But for people like me, who are more looking for a good time and are not aficionados, there's no such thing as losing. You will always get through it. And it's just done a little differently than typical escape room, but still lots of puzzles, lots of fun, great theming. They've got some pictures. In fact, you can see some pictures. This isn't theirs, but the lobby area looks really nice. I would love to visit there next time I'm in City Walk, even if I don't go, because they've got drinks. It's 2 levels, indoor, outdoor balcony, and themed to a movie lobby. So kind of fun looking. There's a good chance I will only go to the lobby because the escape room does cost $49.99 before 6, and do I have the after 6 pricing? No, I think it's $10 more after 6 p.m. So it's not a cheap experience. That's per person, but maybe some AP or other type discounts are going. Also, you can get the whole room for $300 for up to 8 people. So that's a little bit less if you can, if you're not like me, if you actually have friends, that might be the way to go. So.
I just like when Universal actually uses their own movies instead of just licensing things. Like, it's so funny how much of Universal is like, oh, that's not actually a Universal movie.
Yep.
Are you an escape room guy, Kyle?
I've never done one in person. I've played apps and stuff that are kind of similar that I really enjoy, and then I've done a virtual one with you for Mysterious Benedict Society where it was a dude going through the escape room for us while we told him what to do. And that was a lot of fun. Initially, when I first heard about this concept, I thought there might be like jump scares, kind of like a haunt, but I've been told that that's not like, there are ones that do that, but it's not the standard. So I would like to do one, but the problem is I need friends, and I need those friends to be in the same place that I am at, and that doesn't happen too often. So maybe this will be my chance. Maybe I can scare up some friends in Orlando.
There will be a time in the future when all of LP is in Orlando again, and we will do this escape room.
Yeah.
Cool.
Tony will make it miserable for all of us.
This escape room is my density.
I think you mean your destiny.
Yeah, it's a reference to the movie that features.
That's right. I'm trying to play along with you, Kyle.
I know.
You guys are good.
Doobie's lost.
Here. I know. This is Back to the Future?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Crispin Glover says.
I am not sure which is more overrated, Back to the Future or Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Back to the Future. The first Back to the Future is a nearly perfect film.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't get it. I mean, I enjoy it. It's fine, but all this Back to the Future love people give, like, oh, this is like my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah. Michael J. Fox invented rock and roll. What's wrong with that?
I've seen the versions with Eric Stoltz. It was better.
My good friend Eric Stoltz. I worked with Eric a number of times and always wanted to ask him. I figured everyone had, but I never got up the gall because I enjoyed having a job.
What did you work with him on?
He directed several episodes of Glee.
Okay. And Kyle started Glee.
He would create like silly shots for me. Like one time he got this really tall girl to be my prom date in a shot so that I could be dancing with her and like look like I'm in heaven. And then the camera pans around, you see that she's texting over my shoulder. That's the kind of stuff Stoltz would come up with.
Back to YouTube. Let's see if we can find this scene.
I want to see that so bad.
I don't know if anyone's even picked up on it. Like, I don't even know if it made the episode. I just remember shooting. I got a bump.
That is so funny. Yeah, I don't think
you'd have a hard time finding it. I'll see if I can tell you which episode, and we can find it on Disney Plus or something.
And that would be great. I would love to find that. I've never seen a second of Glee in my life, but I would break that rule to see this scene. That is so funny. Wow. Yeah. So why were you in Glee? You were an extra.
I was an extra, yeah.
In many episodes.
And Stoltz was very like hands-on with the background. Like he had a bunch of like fun ideas and stuff. So that's why they got him to direct like the prom episodes where there's like a lot of like inserts and stuff.
Does he actually know your name?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I mean, I assume he still remembers it. I have a picture of him wearing a hoodie we designed.
So when I say my good friend Jason Bateman, this actually is your friend. That's cool. Let's see what else we got. I was trying to get Mike Celestino. He has not popped up in here. He is actually at an art exhibit today, which I can't think of anything more appropriate for Mike than an art exhibit. It is called Inspiring Walt Disney, the Animation of French Decorative Arts. And I was hoping he could go on and explain to us exactly what that means.
Well, you see, you have the arts, the direct. I've been to France. I can totally do that. They inspired, how do you say, Walt Disney.
This is at the 100th Library, which is a beautiful place to be. I am jealous of him being there. And so we don't know exactly what their schedule is there. He has the link. If he can come in, he will. If he can't, just know this exhibit starts tomorrow, runs through March 27th. And we will certainly have a full report up on laughingplace.com later. Maybe we'll even talk to Mike later, even if it's after this show. We might break into normal programming. So, Chris.
Yes.
How big a fan are you of popcorn buckets?
Oh, I wish I was at my house because I would show you all of my popcorn buckets.
Seriously?
I don't have a lot of popcorn buckets, but I have a bunch of souvenir cups and buckets, and yes.
So the latest is coming out. This is coming to us from Instagram, Disney Eats. Do they still have that amazing logo? Yeah, they do. Check out that logo. That's crazy. That's solid stuff there.
Very creative.
Remember when you see a bad logo like that, you'd say, I'm not calling that bad. I'm sure they spent a lot of money on it. I have no taste. But you'd say, oh, they did that in word art. Do people know what word art is anymore?
Now you just say graphic design is my passion. No? It's a meme, dude.
I don't get it. Dang it. Driving me crazy. LP needs a bio page so we can read all the fascinating people. I actually plan to do a series later on when LTPV is a little more stable. We've actually officially launched it. I'm going to do a regular interview series, meet the staff, and we're going to go one-on-one with all of the staff of LP, including Kyle, Chris Rex. We consider him staff, So it's coming, Evil. That wasn't Evil Queen. It was Evil Queen. It's coming, Evil Queen. It's coming. Jeremiah. Oh, cool. We might get to talk to Jeremiah during this. That's pretty exciting.
But the popcorn bucket,
popcorn buckets.
I feel like it looks exactly like one that they've already done. These things kind of cycle through. And I know that they were delayed on stuff for a while. Like, I feel like this was supposed to come out earlier with some other collection.
So you've seen the Mickey Balloon popcorn bucket before. This is the Mickey Balloon Premium bucket. I'm not sure if you caught that distinction. It's going to be at the Magic Kingdom, and it is going to be eventually at all the popcorn carts, they said, but exclusively on mobile order December 12th and 13th, which is the way for these things to launch. Mobile order is a much better way to launch than the mile-long lines. So
maybe they will end up at Disney Springs like the Toad ones right now.
I know. Did you get one of those, Chris?
I have a friend who's holding one for me. I still have to pay him for it.
Is it Tony?
Holding it ransom?
No, it's another friend.
Because I know Tony bought one. That's why.
Yeah.
Not just saying he's your only friend. I know you have other.
I don't know. Tony's got tons of friends. I mean, among them. I know Tony. How does someone like that get a lot of friends?
Tony is very he's like a social floater. He can like weave his way into different you know Tony. No, but he can weave his way in and out of social circles very easily. Because he's just so well versed in things for no reason at all.
That sounds like me. That's probably why we get along.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know anything about sports, but let me sit here and make sports jokes for.
And that's what Tony does. Right?
Tony Betty just sitting at home and all watching LPTV and all.
Going, I am a great guy. I am wonderful. I'm probably finding something to criticize about.
He's actually editing an interview right now, so maybe he's not watching.
Really? Ooh.
Yeah.
Tease.
I forget what it is. Otherwise, I tell you.
An interview he did?
I think it's with the producer of Great Light Fight.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's nice. That's coming on Wednesday along with that Backstreet Boy special, right?
That Backstreet Boy special is not happening. We're not going to get into that, but it is. Don't look for that.
We published it. They have pulled that because of a controversy with one of the Backstreet Boys. We are the good news show. Today is National Pastry Day. Yesterday, Kyle, come back. Yesterday, Luke Manning was at Universal Studios Florida checking out lots of food, including some pastries. Check that out on Laughing Place.
So I have to take issue with Luke here.
It
does a great job normally, but that crepe, it's apparently got, it's like a turkey dinner crepe.
Mm-hmm.
All I see is crepe. So I don't know if they could like bite into it, show it more. It just looks like a folded up tortilla to me. I have no idea what that is.
It's not the easiest thing to take a photo of.
Well, they got to do the patented Jeremiah, hold the thing up with soft focus in the background. I'm going to have to just show him a few things, I guess.
I'm out of influence. But this chocolate peppermint cake looks fantastic.
Yes.
And it's National Pastry Day, and I wish I was there. So my question for you guys, Disney or otherwise, your favorite pastry? Kyle.
I guess I'm wondering what qualifies as a pastry.
Pastry is in the eye of the beholder.
All right. Maybe like a pain au chocolat.
Chocolate bread?
It's a chocolate croissant.
Oh, okay.
Croissant.
What about you, Chris?
Honestly, okay. If I'm just going to talk about like while we're on the subject of Central Park crepes at Universal Studios, the cookies and cream crepe over there is honestly my favorite thing. It's a lot and it is a little oversweet, but like when you're in the mood for it and you just need something to fill you up that's sweet and delicious, that's it.
I'm going to change my answer, by the way, and say coffee cake.
Oh, all right.
Crumb cake.
That is that may be an underappreciated dessert, often forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned the cookies and cream crepe. I'd like to give credit where it's due. This is from discoveruniversal.com. Man, that's a good choice, Chris.
Yeah.
See, I can see that one is stuffed with things.
That's fair.
They did the Jeremiah shot. So
when I went to influencer school, and that is really the first thing they teach you when photographing food. Hold it up, make sure you're well manicured, and soft focus the background.
And take as many photos as you need. Doesn't matter if the food item you're supposed to be consuming loses its optimal temperature.
Right.
That comes second to showing other people how delicious it looks.
Well, you don't want to eat it anyway because you need to keep your influencer shape. Have you seen Jeremiah? It's quite the looker. Horribly awesome, awesomely good, and horribly awesomely good and messy. I agree with that.
Oh, it is very messy. Yeah.
You discover
Wear a bib
before you have surgery. I look at this stuff now and go, all the stuff I missed out on in life.
It's gonna be okay.
2 nights of that. No, it's not, Kyle. You don't
You
understand.
get to live.
I wasn't on my deathbed. Jeez.
You don't know.
That in itself reminded me of Tony. That's something that Tony would say. You don't know.
Let's see. Let's get to some fun stuff while we wait for Jeremiah to come to us live from Epcot. We already did National Pastry Day. Today in history, 1994, 28 years ago, this guy came onto the scene, coming to us from all Central Florida's YouTube channel.
The anticipation. I can see what it is, but I'm
YouTube doesn't do well when you don't start playing right away.
I was gonna do a drum roll, but I feel like that's Hey.
Hey, I'm on a raise. Hey. Attention all the flames. It's sunny eclipse. Come on, snap your little fingers and shake those shaky hips. It should have put a smile on your tiny little.
Yeah, good enough.
That was a weird edit.
What do you mean?
Just the way it cut off sounded like he was gonna swear.
Oh, Sunny Eclipse does not swear. So, oh wow, I can see a watermark on there. Anyway, that was from All Central Florida, their YouTube channel. Check that out. They have the entire performance on there, 26 minutes. That's Sunny Eclipse. The Cosmic Rays opened 26 years ago today, 1994. Or is it, man, Doobie? 1994, which would be 28 years ago today. And introduced us to Sunny Eclipse, the lounge lizard. And Unark or something. So, which brings me to my question for each of you. He is obviously a spectacular animatronic, one of the most entertaining animatronics in all of Disney World. I would like to know, Chris, your favorite animatronic, Disney or otherwise?
Oh, favorite animatronic at Disney. You know, the when it first came out, the Navi shaman of songs. That was definitely one of my top favorites. But Tony ruined that for me.
How did he ruin that for you?
In a good way. How did he ruin it for me?
That's what I'd like to know.
He sent me a video one time of the Shaman of Songs, but he put Return to Innocence over the song that she was singing. Yeah. So now every time I see her, I think of that song.
That sounds like something I would do too. Man, me and Tony have more in common than I thought.
Separated at birth.
But now it would probably be, I mean, I do enjoy actually on Spaceship Earth, there's the mom who's sitting on the couch watching the shuttle or the space shuttle land on the moon, or the moon landing basically. And I realized that if you look back at her as you are like passing, eventually she looks right at the cars, and it scares the crap out of me every time because she looks you dead in the eyes and she's like, what are you looking at? It makes you turn around very quickly to focus on what's happening in front of you.
That's awesome. One more reason to go back and write Spaceship Earth. How about you, Kyle? Favorite Disney or otherwise animatronic?
I haven't seen it in person, but the video of the Belle one from Tokyo looks awesome. And I also want to mention, remember when Ariel had Dole Whip hair and they changed it?
No.
Oh, yeah, Ariel in Under the Sea. She had the twirly hair, and then they changed it because people didn't like it. So then now she just has like a pulled back, like ponytail sort of thing.
And she does that little dance. Looks like this.
Very advanced. I tell you which animatronics I don't care for, and that is the ones in Frozen Ever After.
Really?
Like, I like the illuminated eyes, like on Sebastian, but like the full face does not work. And of course, in the animatronics we've seen for the Frozen, I forget where it's coming to, but they look a lot better. They're not the fully projection face.
I am a huge fan of the projection face, and that's part of why Frozen Ever After is one of my favorite attractions.
Well, it looks like they wear it's like girls I knew in high school that have so much foundation on that doesn't match their neck tone at all.
Goodness. You become a different person when you leave your home, Kyle. Maybe it's the angle. All right, we've got Jeremiah coming to us. I can't quite tell what theme park he's in, but we're going to bring him on and find out. Jeremiah, where are you?
Fiti, stand in front of the camera.
You want me to stand in front of the camera?
Yeah, and you're going to recreate the Tafiti shot.
But you'd have to be taller.
Yeah,
you got to look down.
Get closer. I enjoyed that.
Cool.
My favorite animatronic, not that anybody asked, is a rocket.
I was going to ask.
Mission Breakout.
Rocket?
Okay.
Yeah.
The cue for Mission Breakout?
Yeah, he's
especially
just
the arm that swipes the
yes. The arm that's 5 feet long.
So we have Jeremiah Good here. He's joining myself, Doobie, Kyle.
Am I
Sorry,
supposed to?
1 second.
Okay. So Jeremiah, you're at Epcot today. What are you checking out? Are you going to go see if you can spot this Tafiti in her 16-foot stature?
I'm going to climb on every single planter possible. Yes,
Did you take the monorail in?
No, not yet. The monorail, I was thinking about parking at Magic Kingdom and taking the monorail in, but that's a hike and a half.
Well, you can't park at Magic Kingdom. You could have parked at the TTC.
Well, that's right.
Oh my goodness. Dude. Tony, enough.
Oh, look. Hang on. Here we go.
Ooh, a new ECV. Is that is?
Oh, yes. Those are the new ECVs. They're so small, which is awesome.
Which
for both the driver and everybody else.
Also the exact same ECVs that were at Disneyland when they reopened from the pandemic.
Those are cool.
I found that out when I was out there. I was like, oh, look, it's a new ECV. And they're like, these have been here for a year now.
It takes a while to drive an ECV all the way from Disneyland to Walt Disney World.
It does.
Do you know who's narrating Candlelight tonight?
I do not. Was that
Can you, Kyle?
I don't. I was honestly asking.
I think it's still Damon John.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe he's here. I think it's his last day today.
So there she is.
And Josh Gad tomorrow.
In all her glory.
Can you point?
I have FOMO that I'm missing FUBU.
See that green spot right there? That's her.
That's her. Tafiti. Jeremiah will be going on the monorail later to get her from a better angle. much better angle. But
yeah. Oh, look, here's
cool.
Here's I think every other website and vlogger standing on the planters over here, going over the wall.
No need to point them out or put them on camera.
See, this is why I should be doing this, because honestly, I'm tall enough that all I have to do is just hold my arm up, and I can just make it look like I'm taking a very tall shot. But then, I can be like, oh, but also we're seeing this.
That's right. Get Jeremiah one of those 360 cameras.
Yes. Oh, here's actually a really good view.
Oh, there you go.
The side.
Yes. Is she real grass?
No.
Like a topiary?
Yes, full topiary with just a steel structure underneath. No. That is all sculpted. So there I am at my height, Chris, for you.
Yeah, okay.
And Jeremiah's pretty tall. Jeremiah's about 6 feet tall, right?
Yeah.
Chris is like 6'9", but
he is. And then he puts on his heels like the animatronic in Spaceship Earth that he likes.
That's my favorite, the Afro lady.
Oh, gosh.
She is. I mean,
with the yellow stockings.
Yes. It's like being at home back in the 70s.
15 years ago today was the first soft opening of the new Spaceship Earth.
Why wasn't it on your fun stuff sheet, Tubi?
That wasn't on by this day in Disney history.
I doubt that they would have the soft opening that they opened at like 6:45 at night. They opened up the fence and a bunch of us nerds all rushed through. That was back in the day when they used to do Mouse Fest out here, where all the websites and bloggers and everybody. I was out here for that, and I was in World Showcase, and I got the message of go to Spaceship Earth now, and then we watched them awkwardly open the fence.
I was going to make a joke, but then I realized that was for Mission Space and not for Spaceship Earth. So I'm glad that it saved me from that.
The rest of yourself. 20 years ago today, Aladdin, a musical spectacular, had its first soft performance, but we're going to save that one until its grand opening early next month. But yeah,
we can share our favorite genie jokes.
Salt and pepper shakers. Can you see it from imagination? I know that's a little elevated.
Ooh, yeah.
I am right now kind of where the old circles used to be, where they talk about the different inventors, and that is Tree View. I could probably walk up to land and see a little bit more of a wider space, but definitely not a close-up like I was getting right then.
So, well, keep that camera down. We don't look over walls, but we will see what we can see without. Although we do from the monorail, but
yeah, and that's like That's like when I've gone to the Epcot, I've been like, oh, we shouldn't be looking over the walls, but at the same time, you drive past everything.
This is why Robin Lopez makes a great vlogger.
My goal, we will stop doing this show when I land Robin Lopez as a guest on the show. And my life is complete. The only person taller than Chris we will have as a guest will be Robin Lopez.
Have you met him?
I've met him in that I got giddy in a picture with him. I'm like, can my son take a picture with you at the expo?
Next time I see him, I will recruit.
What'd you say, Kyle?
I said, yeah, I know he came to our booth at least once, 1 year. So,
yeah, that's the extent of my meeting him.
Over here is the Communicore Plaza building, and you can't really see it, but right there, the little green is a Christmas tree. Somebody put on one of the pillars over there.
You know, speaking of Christmas tree, I saw, I think it was on the Disney blog, talking about how the Epcot Christmas tree kind of tilts a little bit. Can we get over there and get our own view?
Sure, I'll walk over that way.
Inspired by one of Epcot's most popular attractions, Soarin', where you go over the Eiffel Tower.
Right, that is better than where I thought you were going with that, with all of Epcot's festivals. So
I was thinking Leaning Tower of Pizza.
Or Cheesa.
Chris is being kind of quiet down there, so I have a question for him. New York style or Chicago style?
New York style.
I have people that are from Chicago that don't know where Chicago style all of a sudden came from recently. So
What do you mean recently? It's a famous thing. It's been there for decades. Not a recent thing.
Gee, I'm right there with you.
I want the origins of that then.
Detroit style pizza is actually really good, too. I don't know if anyone's
Well, one day you're going to come visit me and we're going to get Emo's St. Louis style.
I learned about that, I think, from you, and it sounds fascinating.
It's very. I was going to take Luke there, but he doesn't like cheese, so I did not think he would appreciate this weird proprietary cheese. Yeah, he doesn't like cheese. He's okay with it on pizza, but would prefer light cheese on his pizza.
You guys are forgetting the best location-based pizza there is. Hawaiian.
That sounds like the ultimate. We decided to call this Hawaiian pizza. You can't even get it in Hawaii.
And if we did, it would have Spam instead of ham.
Oh, Spam.
But I'm
12
still,
years ago today, I was in Hawaii eating Spam.
At Alani?
Actually, today I was visiting the Pearl Harbor Memorial because Pearl Harbor Day sells out many months in advance. So we went 2 days later.
That actually makes me feel really good that Pearl Harbor Day sold out many months in advance. But people care that much. So there's the tree off in the distance. We'll get a better angle.
Do we know which angle it is tilting? Because from this side, it looks pretty normal.
I think it was the straight-on view, like kind of walking under the lights of winter.
That was 15 years ago today that I was seeing the lights of winter.
Maybe you just need some cough syrup and Sprite. I don't know.
Oh,
Chris,
wow.
how
So
did
Mike...
How did you guys sucker Chris into this conversation?
We talked about a Star Wars video game.
Yeah. That I'm sure I'll be covering in the future when it comes out.
I like having you here, Chris, so we may ask you back other times just to join us if we're available.
Oh, for sure. I'm usually available, but every now and then, I mean, right now I'm kind of busy in the work world, but.
And
have a lot of short
your
people you have to direct
testosterone-
how to make things and that kind of stuff, right, Chris?
What's that?
You have a lot of short people you have to tell how to make things. And...
Yeah, exactly. I've been doing, I've been working hard this season, and I think I've really slayed it this season in the work world.
Wait, you're in the a cappella group at Disney's Hollywood Studios?
You were in Violent Night with David Harbour?
That's what I tell myself to make myself feel a little bit cooler. It is leaning.
Oh my, it is.
I am walking straight down the middle. It does seem to be off to the left a little bit towards the top.
Fascinating. It's a beautiful tree, though. This is the best of the theme park Christmas trees, right? Everyone agree with that?
I agree with that, yeah.
Animal Kingdom.
So wrong.
Really? Yeah, it
Have
has
you gotten
all
close to this one?
Yes, it has bulbs from the different countries and flags.
Yes. And then the topper on here is just beautiful.
Okay, I'm going to keep my camera up, but I know this will come as a shock to you guys, but there is a guest wearing a Donald Duck bottom and a sailor top. And if I had to identify, I would guess that they would be from Japan.
I love that. I love looking
And when
at
I say
pictures of
Donald Duck bottom, I mean full-on duck bottom with the tail and everything.
I love looking at pictures of Tokyo Disneyland and how full on they go in their dress. Oh, that's a beautiful tree. I don't know why they have to tie it down like that, though. I feel like it'd be more beautiful without that.
It gets a little windy in Florida. I don't know if you know this.
And these globes are actually bits of the old illumination globe. They just reforged into smaller globes.
Really?
No, not at all.
No. See how gullible I am?
Oh, I did want to check. When I was walking in, the DuckTales adventure game was saying, go to Epcot and play. But it also still said coming soon. But I hadn't walked into the park when I tried to actually log on to it. So what I'm going to do is log off with you guys and log on to that and see if we can do anything.
Okay, well, obviously, if you can, come back. But otherwise, thanks for showing us some Fiti and get those monorail shots later.
I will do that. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, thanks. All right, get out of here. And look who is here. Wow. I'm going to assume he's ready and bring him on. Mike Celestino. Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Going well. So where are you today?
I'm at the Huntington Library in Pasadena, California, and I'm at the exhibit called Inspiring Walt Disney, which is all about how French decorative arts were influential on Walt and the early animated films and the parks. It's very interesting, and I'm just kind of, we got a tour of the exhibit. I'm just kind of wandering around myself right now and taking a look. These are some vases that are meant to be comparable to the style of architecture that was used on the Disney castles, as you can see by the artwork here on the wall. I think Disney fans would also be interested to see this. This is the Herb Ryman concept drawing, a very famous concept drawing of Disneyland. I believe this is the original. I've seen a copy for sale in an auction. There was a big controversy about that, but I'm pretty sure this is the original from the Walt Disney Archives. And it's just cool.
Wow.
It's just a neat exhibit.
Absolutely love to see that in person. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
This whole room is about Beauty and the Beast. You can see they've got the grandfather clock, and they're kind of comparing these artwork pieces to the characters from Beauty and the Beast, like Cogsworth and Mrs. Potts.
It's like being at Be Our Guest restaurant.
What's that?
Nothing important.
Okay. There's a lot of space dedicated to Beauty and the Beast and the evolution of that film, and comparing it to French artwork and French stories, actually, about, like, this is a story about a man who was turned into a sofa, I guess.
You're going to say all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down.
Yeah.
That reference I get.
It's a really nice exhibit. I think it was at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York previous to this.
And this is media day, right? So you're not.
Yeah, this is a press preview
on
that I'm at
regular
right
guests
now.
here.
Those movies take place in France.
No Frozen referencing here.
What's that?
Again, nothing.
Doobie thinks Arendale's in France.
These are miniatures from Walt Disney's personal collection. I remember seeing stuff like this at the Walt Disney Family Museum in San Francisco.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
I'm guessing these are from the archives as well. And just more examples of that type of artwork that would have been inspirational to Walt during that early period. During the tour, they talked about how Walt spent some time in France, obviously during the war, during World War I, and how impactful that was on his desire to be a storyteller.
Like David Diggs in Hamilton. This is a pretty sizable exhibit too. It looks like a lot of rooms.
Yeah, it's a decent sized exhibit. It's always really nice to visit here. I've been here to the Huntington a few times, and they've got a lot of. I mean, it's some really nice gardens to walk around.
Yeah,
and then a lot of nice exhibits as well.
Huntington Library is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place to visit just for the gardens, let alone this wonderful looking exhibit. So. Oh, well, I appreciate you giving us this very clear live stream. Like, why can't we live stream this well from Disney parks? So,
you got it.
Stay tuned to Twitter. Mike's been tweeting and will continue tweeting, I'm sure. And I'll have a full report later on today on laughingplace.com. Thanks a lot, Mike.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
And we're going to go back to Jeremiah. Oh, wait. I'm not sure. Jeremiah. Okay, he's ready. Love those hand signals. Nice. So what have we learned?
Quick correction. Walt was in France and Germany in World War II, not World War I, as Mike just said.
Oh, okay. Technically.
So I sent you the photos of as far as I could get on the game. It actually gives you a false sense of hope, and then you get to the third screen. It says, enter code. I was like, oh. And
Go find a cast member and see if you can get a code.
I tried 1983. I tried October 1st, 1983.
But did you try talking to a cast member?
No, because I have heard that there will be a preview of this that you need the access code for. That is right now only in cast preview.
Makes sense. So maybe if you walk around today, you'll see some other people playing it, which might be kind of fun just to see. But don't bother people.
Look, trees.
Why is that significant?
Because they weren't there before, and they're actual trees in the center of Epcot.
Jeremiah is entering the creation shop. See if there's any new merchandise.
Other than a lot of the 40th merchandise finally showing up, I know that there is one thing, and I don't know if it's actually in this shop or not, that is only about a month late, so it's doing a pretty good job. And it's the Cookie Stroll cookie jar.
Ah, yes. Are you going to show us that?
If I can find it. I have only seen a picture of it. I do not know if it's in this store. I feel like it should be.
I have been seeing that on the Twitters this morning, lighting up Diz Twitter.
Nobody cares about the giant Fiti. They all care about a cookie.
They care about a popcorn bucket, too.
Oh, yes. The popcorn bucket. I agree with that. Chris.
I'm at a few words, but they're quite impactful.
Here it is. Here it is.
Wow. Could hold like 5 Oreos.
Actually, it's pretty big. It can hold the cookies for the cookie stroll pretty comfortably.
It's belted down. You can't take a look inside. How much is it?
$39.99.
It's not bad.
It's adorable.
We just need Chris on at all times to give his review. So much like Mac tries things like, it's okay.
Chris says a word. Chris says a word. Gio says, nice but teeny.
The Haunted Mansion.
So seasonally
main attraction has made it into the parks. Because nothing screams Epcot like Mickey Mouse and Haunted Mansion.
Well, I was there at Epcot yesterday, and they are selling Guardians of the Galaxy merchandise as well as other Marvel merchandise. Ooh.
How you saying things, Jeremiah?
Put the jar back, Jeremiah.
They're selling Marvel merchandise at the Outpost in World Showcase.
Yes, that's become a Marvel store, definitely.
Right.
We're heading over to one of Doobie's favorite holiday pieces of entertainment.
That is the funniest thing I've heard all day. Marvel at the Outpost.
I don't know if it's just because we were talking about popcorn buckets, but the room that I'm in suddenly starts smelling like popcorn.
Huh.
Subliminal cut. Subliminal cut. All right, Jeremiah, we are going to let you get back to roaming the park. and wrap up our show this morning. Thanks very much for coming to us live. Appreciate it very much. And stay tuned to our Dis Twitter as Jeremiah tweets all the various things he sees and hopefully gets a monorail ride for a better look at Fiti.
And there goes the monorail.
Yeah, you should be on it. All right, talk to you later, Jerm.
Bye.
I keep doing that. All right. Real quick, since you're a video game guy, Chris, do you play Disney Dreamlight Valley?
I do. Yeah.
Any thoughts on it?
I have a great time playing that game. I wish it would get like more updates more often. Because I would like to see more like worlds and more characters, but I'm sure they have expansions coming, and that stuff takes time. So, but I like it. I enjoy it.
I just saw this tweet come. This isn't new, but the recent release Missions and Uncharted Space update. So, got me thinking about it. Wondering if you played. Cool. All right. Well, I think that's about it for today. There's one more This Day in Disney History I wanted to do, and we're going to let it play us out. Today, 1960, Swampy Marsh was born, one of the creators of Phineas and Ferb and Miles from Tomorrowland. And he actually has a really fun TikTok. So what I'm going to do is play one of his TikToks, and then we're going to be out of here. So thanks, guys, for joining us.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
This will be it. We're just going to show this and say goodbye. Enjoy Swampy Marsh. Happy birthday, and follow him on TikTok. I will stay. You guys can go if you want. I got to stay to, avoid copyright issues.
What's a TikTok? How long could it be?
2 minutes. Or more, depending.
Is that Raven Simone?
I don't think so. All right. Well, I wanted to play this, but TikTok doesn't want to cooperate. So let's just say this is him over here. He was going to do some wonderful voices for us, and I'm really disappointed this isn't working.
TikTok.
Such as live TV. Thanks for joining us, guys. You want to follow him on TikTok? It's M Monogram. That's Swampy Marsh. Happy birthday to him. Tell him Laughing Place sent you. Maybe we can get him on the show, and that'd be even bigger than Lopez. Thanks so much for joining us, Chris, and sticking around the whole show.
Thanks.